Hi everyone, welcome to the weekly test of JavaScript. Okay, so today we are going to see some of the problems. Okay, so based on the topics that we have covered so far. Okay, so here first of all we are having some of the expressions based on the logical operators and comparison operators. Okay, so you have to evaluate the output based on these expressions. We are having four expressions. You have to evaluate accordingly. Okay, so next we are having the conditional statements. Okay, so we'll go one by one. Okay, so I'll explain the each problem. Okay, so you have to write the code accordingly. Okay, so we have to take a temperature variable. Okay, so you have to write some value with that. Okay, you have to check the condition. Okay, so if it is less than 15 degrees Celsius, you have to print cold. Otherwise, if the taken variable the value will be between 15 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius, you have to print warm. Otherwise, in all other cases, you have to print hot. Okay, this is how it is this problem. Okay, check it out and write the code. So next we are having a two variables actually. So two variables are like a and b. Take the two variables like that and print. Okay, you have to check the condition whether a is greater than b or less than b or equals to b. So here what we have to do is, so we have to take the two variables. Okay, we have to check the condition. If a is greater than b, you have to print a is greater than b. Otherwise you have to print e I mean you have to check the condition again. So whether a is less, a is less than or equal to b or greater than or equal to b. So you have to print the less than if it is less than b. Okay, in all other cases you have to print equal to b. Okay, this is how the problem is. Okay, so next we are having another variable called total value for the new problem. Okay, so we have to take a total amount. Okay, sorry, we have to take the total amount. Okay, that's a new variable we are having. Okay, we have to apply some of the discount based on some of the conditions. Okay, that so you have to check the condition. Okay, so if the total amount is greater than $1,000, you have to print 20% discount. Okay, again, if it is not, you have to check the another condition. So between the total amount between $500 and $1,000, so you have to print 10% discount. In all other cases, you have to print no discount. Okay, so that's how the this problem statement is. Okay, next we are having a variable called member status. Okay, you have to take a variable the member status. Okay, so which can be maybe active or inactive. So you have to take either active or inactive. It's totally up to you. Okay, so you have to print the statement. The printing statement is access granted if the taken variable is active. The member status is active. You have to print the access granted. Otherwise you have to print the access denied. So otherwise you can take, instead of active or inactive, even you can take the true or false. If it is true, you can print the access granted. Otherwise you can print the access denied. Okay, so that's how this problem is. Okay, these are related to the conditional statements, guys. Check it out and feel free to ask any questions if you do not get it. Okay, so yeah, next we have the loops problems, guys. Okay, so here we have to write a for loop. Okay, so we have to take a variable actually. So we have to print the sum of all the numbers from 1 to 100. Okay, so with the help of compound operator. Okay, so that means we have to take a variable. Okay, we have to initialize a variable first. Okay, with a 0, and we have to loop through that. Okay, loop through the numbers between 1 to 100. We have to plus we have to add this, we have to do the addition with the help of that variable. Okay, so that's how this problem statement is. Okay, so next we have a for loop. Again we have to take a for loop. Okay, so we have to calculate the factorial of a number. Okay, that means we have to take a number. Let's take 5. Okay, example of 5. So we have to print the factorial of 5. Factorial in a sense 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. That's how the factorial is. Okay, so you have to print like that. So you have to take a number, you have to take a variable with the number, some number. So whatever it is, so you have to print always 5 into 4 into, for example, if I have 5, 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So if I have 6, again 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, something like that. Okay, you have to print like that. So this problem statement is you have to print it and you have to show the output. Okay, so yeah, next. Okay, again you have to write a for loop. Okay, you have to write the for loop and you have to print the star pattern, guys. Okay, for the first loop you have to print first star. In the second loop you have to print the two stars. In the third loop you have to print the three stars, and in the the fourth loop you have to print the four stars. Okay, this is how the star pattern is. This is called the star pattern. Okay, so you have to print accordingly. Okay, so use the for loop and print the stars. Okay, so next we have a program on the while loops, guys. Okay, so you have to use the while loop and you have to print the numbers from 10 to 1. That means down, decreasing. That means 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, something like that. You have to use the while loop for that. Okay, so these all problems are related to loops. Okay, so check it out, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. That's fine. So next we are having the functions topic. Okay, so in the functions topic we have to take a function called greet. Okay, so we have to pass the argument, one argument. Okay, we have to return as this, guys. For example, we have to take a greet function again. So we have to pass the good morning in that greet function, so as an argument. Okay, so we have to return the same string from the greet function, so that I'll print out the, you have to print out the greeting, whatever the greeting we are having. So that's whether it is good morning or good evening, so you have to print it accordingly. Okay, so this is the function is the greet function is. Okay, so next you have to write a function called sum. So it is going to take the two arguments. Okay, you have to pass the two arguments and it is going to give us the function is going to return us the sum of the two numbers. That's like two arguments. Okay, so you have to write the sum function and you have to pass the two numbers as an arguments and you have to do the addition of the sum. Okay, and you have to return that. Okay, this is how the problem statement is. Okay, next, so you have to write a function called is even. Again, this is also going to take a number as an argument and return the true if it is like a even number. Okay, you have to check the condition inside the function. So if it is like an even number, you have to return the true. Otherwise, you have to return the false. Why? Because if it is not even number, it's definitely an odd number. So that's the reason. If it is true, if it is even, you have to return the true. Otherwise, you have to return the false. Okay, so these are the methods, these are the problems we are having in the functions. Okay, so next we are having the string methods. Okay, so you have to write a function again. Okay, for the string methods also you have to write a function. So you have to do the operations, string operations inside the function. Okay, so for that you have to write a function called reverse string. You have to pass the argument, the string. Okay, so again what you have to do is you have to reverse the string. That means you have to make the string in a reverse way. Okay, you have to print that. Okay, so with the help of for loop or something, you can do whatever it is. Okay, so you have to write the function and you have to write the code inside this function, and that function should return the reversed string. Okay, so that's how this problem statement is. Next we have to write a function, okay, called count ovals. Okay, it is going to take the strings. Okay, count ovals in a sense how many ovals we are having in a string. Okay, so you have to take this function again, the count ovals. You have to pass the some string. Okay, you have to return the number of ovals. Okay, how many ovals that we are having. That means how many A's we are having, how many E's we are having, how many I we are having. Yeah, I's. Okay, how many O's or how many U's are having in a string. So you have to take it out and you have to count the ovals and you have to print it out. Okay, with the help of count ovals function along with the some string operations. Okay, so next again, so we have to write a function so called capitalize words. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to pass the one string. Okay, so always what you have to do is you have to capitalize the first letter of each word in a given string, guys. Okay, that means whatever the string you are passing, always remember, for example, we have the first. Okay, so you have to make first letter as a capital letter. If you are passing a string called first, okay, so you have to make the f should be a capital letter. Okay, for example, if I'm passing function, so a function as a string, so you have to make this f as a capital letter. For example, if I have the laptop, so you have to make the first letter L. L should be a laptop. L is capital. Okay. So that's how this problem statement is. Okay. These are all problems are related to string methods. Okay. So if you have any questions, guys, feel free to ask me. That's totally fine. I'll be, clearing your doubts. Okay. That's it. Thank you so much. All the best.